Alright, so good morning. It's a bit early to be making this guide, but I'm gonna have a crack. If I forget anything or miss anything, it's because I'm tired, and it's too early in the morning. So I just wanted to show my WeakAuras and go a little bit over how I play the Focus Rage arms build. I'll do quick gear, talents. Talents are pretty obvious, they're pretty quick, cookie cutter. My macros, not my macros, my WeakAuras that I'll share. There's not that many. They're there though. Just cover pretty much everything that people have been asking me on YouTube. So here goes. I'll start off with my WeakAuras. So you've got this. I'm just going to hide the others real quick. So first and foremost, I've got my artifact abilities for each spec. So depending what spec you're in, this will change. So you've got your Warbreaker plus the cooldown, Odin's Fury cooldown, Neltharin's Fury cooldown. It's just a pretty visual reminder that your artifact ability is good to go. So that's that, pretty obvious. I've got my Focus Rage group, which this just shows the stacks of Focus Rage and glows when you're at 3 stacks. It does it for prot and for arms. Nothing too crazy, but it's it's a pretty key part of the build, so I like to have it fairly obvious there. Next, I've got all the warrior stuff. I'm not going to explain this, but this is all my abilities, cooldowns, and everything like that. It changes based on spec, and you'll see it in action. My cooldowns, again, changing on spec, plus the rage bar, plus the GCD line. Yeah, changes on spec, yada yada yada. I've recently added this, which is procs. It's best to see it next to the Focus Rage icon. These are all your procs. Probably the most important ones. So you got Shattered Defense, which is obviously your artifact ability. Probably a good time to talk about this. So Shattered Defense here. Most important thing to the arms build. Every time you Colossus Smash, your next Mortal Strike or Execute gains 30% increased critical strike chance and 30% increased damage. So that's that icon. Ta-da. Now with my artifact weapon, obviously I went the high road first up here. Shattered Defense and Exploit the Weakness. So exploit the weakness to get, hopefully, more Colossus Smash resets. And obviously Shattered Defense because it makes arms playable. Until you've got this, you're probably better off running around doing Fury. Then after that, excuse me, came back on myself, got Corrupted Blood of Zakaj, and I'm down to 3 or 3 many will fall, and I'm moving towards this focus in battle. I think my another artifact notes comes in today, so I'll go from 50% to whatever it goes to next, and hopefully get to this. A fair way to go. My 3 relics are all into Exploit the Weakness. Plus 40, plus 36, plus 40. This one is being a bitch, but I'll hopefully upgrade that. Hopefully upgrade all of them. But that's my artifact weapon. Back to this. Cleave is just, when you cleave, you get your... Depending on how many targets you hit, you get your bigger whirlwind. So it shows the duration plus the stacks of cleave. Battlecraft Course, Avatar, and Horn of Valor. I was playing around with Horn of Valor a fair bit, because for burst it was mighty. Before the Focus Rage nerf the other day, I was getting nearly 2 mil. Excuse me. I was getting nearly 2 mil Mortal Strikes. Now, you might see almost 1.6, 1.5. It was getting kind of fun, but Blizzard ruined the fun. But anyway, that's the WeakAuras. What else? I guess the crux of playing arms, it's all about stacking up Focus Rage and getting Shattered Defense Mortal Strikes into the boss. And in some cases, maybe you'll be using it on Execute. Maybe. I'm not certain yet of the when it's when it's good for one and when it's good for the other. I guess above 2 stacks of well, it used to be pretty clear cut. It was if it was over 2 stacks of Focus Rage, 2 or more stacks of Focus Rage, you'd always use Shattered Defense on your Mortal Strike, because it was generally hitting for 1.2 mil plus, and Execute can't get that high. Now with the nerf to Focus Rage, I do wonder where the difference is going to be, and especially once you start getting like this Death Blow, higher crit ratings on Execute, I'm wondering how it's going to play out, because it's getting to that stage where a fully buffed Execute, they're hitting for over 1 million now. And I mean, a 1 stack Focus Rage won't do that. A 2 stack probably still will. 3 stack definitely will. But it's getting to the stage where you're thinking more about, oh well, where am I? What's my current situation? With Focus Rage and things like that. Should I Execute? Should I Mortal Strike it? But it's to think about. The basic rotation, and I'll click actually so you can see what I'm doing. Stacking up Focus Rage, and then you drop your Mortal Strike. Your Colossus Smash. There's your Shattered Defense, and then you'll bang Mortal Strike. Stack, stack, stack. Hoping for it to reset, which it doesn't. When this doesn't reset, the only way it's going to is to blow as much rage as you can. Hamstring, by the way, also costs rage. It resets, and you would do this again. Now, the only thing I'm doing wrong, which I try and get across as best I can, you don't want to delay Mortal Strike. So here, I'll be doing it like that. Now, I'll be stacking, but if it doesn't reset and Mortal Strike comes back, I'm still going to use it, and then I'm going to start stacking again. Now, in this situation, it's back straight away, so I want to use it straight away. And again, I want to use it, of course. The thing is, you don't want to delay Mortal Strike. But in these situations, you can. So here, and it's up again. But I find in those situations where it resets straight away, because I'm going to be Colossus Smashing, and Focus Rage off the GCD, I'll generally Colossus Smash and Focus Rage, and then do that again. Do you know what I mean? Because you're always hammering it. So again, it's not there, so there it is, and there it is again too. Remember, keep on hitting Focus Rage. Everything you're doing, you can do with Focus Rage as well. So you always want to be hitting it. Stack it up with every on the GCD ability you use to minimize your downtime. So this is all it is. Again, I'm gonna my next GCD then would have been Colossus Smash, but I Focus Rage as well. And again, Focus Rage, keep on banging it in. Now sometimes you get to the point where you can't stack it above 2, because there's not enough GCDs between it resetting. But again, there it is. You can always get to 2 stacks generally. So that's how it's played. The next thing to remember is the Battle Cry. Battle Cry makes all your abilities free for 5 seconds. Now during that time, you want to squeeze in as much rage as you can. While Battle Cry's up, it's Focus Rage Slam, because these are going to be the 2 things you can squeeze into every GCD that cost the most. You know, you got 12 rage and you got 16 rage. So you want to bang, 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 just hammer them in. The idea is that hopefully it'll reset. You Colossus Smash straight away, and once it does, you stop that. You Colossus Smash. Remember, stacking Focus Rage with everything, because you want to get back to your 3 stacks, and then you drop in Mortal Strike. The exception to this is under 20%. You would be using Focus Rage with Execute. Now Execute's only 8 rage, but it does way more damage. So you'll be, and as your rage builds up, Execute will consume more rage. So below 20%, you'll be going Battle Cry. So you'll probably have 3 stacks of Focus Rage. You'll drop your Colossus Smash, Battle Cry, and then you'll go Mortal Strike to spend your Shattered Defense on Execute. Sorry, on Mortal Strike, because it's going to hit a lot harder. But then you start stacking Focus Rage with Execute to try and reset Colossus Smash. Once you do, Colossus Smash, Mortal Strike, and then keep banging in your Executes while they're free. Once the battle cry phase is over, you'll probably still be at really high rage. So under 20%, you'll burn off that excess rage with Execute rather than, slam or something like that. I mean, above 20%, you'll be rarely slamming outside of battle cry, only if for some reason your rage is up really high. But you'll generally just be fishing for those resets and things like that. How does that look like? What does that look like in a real world, like an actual test? I'm gonna get me 3 stacks here. Generally, before a boss pull, if you're anything like my group, we don't waste a lot of time. So I try and set up like this on the previous trash pack. And I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm still half asleep, but this is what it'll look like generally. So you're trying to get. There it is. It's reset. Now I'm back to just. Now I didn't get a reset, so I can use my artifact ability. There it is. And this is it. This is all it is. Praying for procs. Don't get any. Oh, this is where you can get some rage. And yeah, this is all you're doing. Now, I did some practice passes before this. Just like one, really. And I got really good RNG and the damage was so much better, so then you can do this now. So I should be fitting both of those in to the battle cry. But I'm not. There it is again. There it is again. See, this is a good little reset. My focus rage, my second focus rage then didn't go off, bastard. And I accidentally went up on my mouse wheel, so I cleaved. Avatar I should have probably held for Avatar. But anyway. Oops, and that didn't go off. Well played, sir. Now, this is an interesting situation, and yes, you would use it. Because you want to use Battle Cry as a means to get Focus Raid, Colossus Smash off cooldown. But yeah, see, hopefully this has given people an idea of what I'm doing. But yeah, that's it. Oh, look, and the dummy disappeared. It's a good cue to finish off. Yeah, playing and I'm half asleep. It's hard to explain what I'm doing, but hopefully that gives everyone an idea. I'll upload my WeakAuras to somewhere, and attach it to this video so people can see what it is. A typical damage breakdown, Mortal Strike's all there, 1.4 mil. Used to be like 1.9, but thanks Blizzard. Colossus Smash hitting almost half a mil, which once I get that next one here, that'll be 25% more. So that'll be tasty. That'll be hitting really hard. Corrupted Blood doing its thing. Ticking pretty hard. And then the rest of it. So, hopefully that answers some questions that people have been having on my channel. Happy to answer whatever else you got. But, yeah. cheers for that, and I'll catch you around.